So now I want to talk about some StarCraft 2 esports, and in particular, I want to talk about two of some of the biggest iconic players in StarCraft 2 playing currently, that being Serral and Maru. And guys, every BlizzCon that has come up in the past, few years, I would say, everyone has wanted to see Serral versus Maru at some point or another. Who really is the GOAT of StarCraft 2? And I don't really know why this notion ever really happened because, sure, I think it would be a great matchup. I think Serral would definitely beat Maru. But this is the community's dream matchup at BlizzCon. Now, obviously, BlizzCon is no more for StarCraft 2 esports. It's going to be ESL, or it's going to be at IEM Katowice. But Serral and Maru, there's still opportunity for those two to collide and play against each other. But it always seems like Maru just always gets beat by someone else before getting to Serral. And so I understand why people want to see this dream matchup, because a lot of people who love playing with the Terran like to say that Maru would definitely beat Serral, and then people who love Serral say that he would definitely beat Maru. Nonetheless here, guys, I don't really necessarily personally want to see Serral and Maru. I want to see, now with the narratives built around Dark winning BlizzCon, I want to see Dark face off against Serral. I think that that would be absolutely incredible. Serral versus Dark is my matchup because both of them now have won a BlizzCon or a World Championship. I want to see those two go at it. Now, Maru would be great to watch at some point or another against Serral, sure. But this notion that Serral and Maru would be better than Serral and Dark, I think that the narratives around Serral and Dark are much greater at this point because each of them has won a BlizzCon or a World Championship. Now, this dream matchup between Serral and Maru, for the community, at least the community wants this to happen really badly. The question that lies is that Maru is a great player. He's an incredible player, but I don't think that he's one of the, he might be one of the greatest Terrans to play ever, but I don't think that you can really be put into a greatest of all time category if you haven't won a world championship. You can win some GSL code, a GSL code S. You can win WCS, Austin or something, but you got to win the big one, which is the World Championship, which obviously now is IEM Katowice, which once again, Maru is going to have an opportunity to do that. Serral is up there with the greatest of all time. I've said this on multiple occasions, guys. You've got three guys now who are pretty much tied. Now, I have forgotten in the past, SOS is a guy who's won 2 world championships. I've forgotten about him. I always forget about him as far as his championships he's won. He's won 2 world championships, right? But I think when we think of the greatest players, we think of Serral and Life. And obviously with Life, though, his legacy is tarnished because of the match-fixing scandal. But I think Dark is up there now as well. So if you think about it, you've got Dark, you have Serral, and then there's Life. And you could also, of course, put SOS up there as well. Who else is up there? Maru, I don't think, is up there and in the conversation until he wins a world championship. And that's my personal opinion. So that's why that this isn't my dream matchup. This is the community's dream matchup, just to see who's, I guess, better. And we can't go based on just any given tournament. It has to be at the biggest stage, at the biggest tournament of the year, or the biggest, the World Championships, which is going to be at IEM Katowice of 2021. So at that point is where we're going to see what Maru is really made of. We'll also see, of course, Serral. Most likely will be over there for that unless he falls off. Dark, I think the narratives around him are going to be really great as well. And I think it's really a race to get to 2 championships. 2 world championships for, Serral or Dark. And then, of course, Maru is still on his pursuit. And I'm not saying Maru's not a great player. He's one of the best players I've ever watched. I mean, he's great to watch. He just has a tendency to choke in big and high-pressure situations at big tournaments like that of BlizzCon in the past. He just doesn't go as far as you're expecting him to. I don't know what it is. It doesn't feel like he's got he's got what it takes, at least as of right now. Up to this point, he just hasn't played well enough at the big tournaments for me to say that he's one of the greatest. Dark was so clutch when he needed to be clutch at the World Championships of BlizzCon 2019. He's deserved it. Serral obviously dominated in 2018, and Life dominated back during Heart of the Swarm. Guys, the narratives are out there. But Serral and Maru it's certainly a matchup that I want to see happen throughout the year, but also at the World Championships. Because I do want to see who is better, Serral or Maru. I got to say Serral because he's won more. He's gone further into tournaments. And when I talk about tournaments, guys, we're talking the World Championship, the Super Bowl, technically speaking, of StarCraft. What do you guys think? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Who would win in a big, high-pressure matchup between Serral and Maru? If they play at IEM Katowice of 2021, who do you think comes out on top? Let me know what you guys think.